Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome on back to another episode on the Xlife server. Today, we have got a very, very big project ahead of us. It's going to be a very, very big day here on the Xlife server, but I'm super excited about this because, folks, we've got a castle to build. We're going to be building Joey's entire Queen of Hearts castle today. I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to turn out really, really cool. However, before we get started with a task as big as this one, I want to make sure I'm very, very awake. And thankfully, we've got a coffee shop on the server now. Let's go check it out. I don't think I've actually been gone from spawn that long, but everything around here just feels so different. I never saw that thing get created. You know, we still got the Church of Jeremy over there. The clothing shop's now open, it looks like. And it just feels like so many things are popping up. What the heck happened up here? Wasn't that the courthouse before? It looks like it's not finished yet, but does anybody know what the heck's going on in this thing? Yeah, that one's not finished yet. Let me know in the comments below what that shop is supposed to be. The courthouse is now changed. And then we have the 7 Heart Clubhouse over here as well. And finally, we have Jimmy Bucks. Jimmy Buck's Coffee. Apparently Jeremyism is growing so much that they've added another structure. That's worrying. That's very, very worrying. Anyways, let's head on into Jimmy Buck's. What do we got going on over here? We have coffees, there's frappuccinos, there's Americano, iced coffees, and mochas. All cost 3 times 3 diamonds, so 9 diamonds? No, 3 diamonds. I feel like for me, it's still a little too hot outside, so let's go with the cold brew here and get that. But these are so funny. I love that. I love that we just have coffee now in here. Fun fact for everybody who hasn't checked those things out before, only Jimmy has the ability to create these. Lizzie added it as a mod specifically tied to him, so we literally cannot even create them ourselves, which is really, really cool. So up here, I think, do we drink it or do we have to put it on the ground first? Looks like we have to put it on the ground first, but look at the little logo on it. That's so funny. And then we drink it, and what did we get? Fire resistance 2 for 10 minutes. Wow, do I get the cup back? No, no cup. Well, I want another one to take home with me. But as mentioned down here, this is the machine that makes them, and if you right click on it, only a trained professional may operate this coffee machine, and I need to drink some milk because these little potion effects are going to drive me insane. I did get another cold brew though, so we can set that up at home somewhere. Which, quickly running back over to home real fast, is we need to get a lot of stuff to be able to build this castle. It's going to be a huge one. We're just getting straight into the project today, but I think I'm going to leave my cold brew on the counter right in here. We'll come grab it later after we're done with the project. But oh my gosh, have we got a massive one in store for us today. I've been doing some planning in creative mode and kind of getting things ready to see what I can come up with. And it's not been going well. I've got that base design down, and I realized that after I released the last video where I was like, hey, I'm going to throw a sketch on screen of what the end result of that thing is, I forgot. Yep. That's, hopefully it's on the screen this time. If it's not, I'm sorry. Keep yelling at me in the comments. I'm very, very sorry. Look directly into my teeth and see how sorry I am. That's a very weird thing to say. Anyways, though, a lot of what we're going to be building this one out of is going to be right in here. The craft paper, the wallpaper craft. I can't even remember what they're called, but they're called Wallpaper Craft is the mod, and it gives us the ability to create a lot of these blocks, which I'm sure you've seen before, where we have that, and you can shift and scroll with your mouse, and it gives you darker shades. You can shift again, scroll with the mouse, it gives you another darker shade. And it just keeps going, and so there's a lot of different stuff that we can work with like that. We can dye them different colors and everything in there, and I think that's going to work out really, really well for us as we kind of pick all these things up and go throughout. I think it's going to help us out a lot. Heading back over to Joey's place, folks. It's this is going to be an interesting one. As I said, I made a few concept things in a creative world, but overall, I'm kind of going into this build pretty blind here. What my general idea is that I want to move forward with is we're going to go with like lighter pink, like a very, very whitewashed pink of sorts for the actual walls of the castle. And then we're going to use a lot of white accents to kind of help bring that out. And then for the windows and the heart-shaped structures, which I want to do on top of some towers and things like that, is I want to turn those into like more of a deeper red, because I think that'll be a really cool contrast of the windows being that kind of the deeper, richer red, kind of like the red, almost like that color over there. And then does he have any pink in the sign? A little bit like a more of a whitewash pink than that one right there. I think it'd be really cool. But there's so many different colors going around here that I think we can get pretty creative with it, folks. So I think what I'm going to start us off with here is a backpack ready to go and everything. I'm really digging the pink backpack after this, the whole thing there. Last episode, if you missed it, Catherine and I completely redid the 5 Heart Clubhouse on the interior, and it looks awesome. But folks, without any further ado, let's go ahead and kick this off into good old-fashioned time-lapse mode. And who the heck knows what's going to happen afterwards. To get ourselves started out here, I wanted to make sure the base structure of this castle had a lot of the detail to it. The outside I want to go with pretty basic colors, as we'll talk about here later, but so for this one I wanted to focus on building a gradient. As you can see, there's the 4 different shades on the peaked roof areas that's bringing in that higher point of just building out this gradient, going from that red to that very, very pale, almost salmon colored pink inside of there, and then the main one I wanted to bring in a white structure because I thought that might help us out a little bit better with getting, again, more contrast inside of here. And then all of the towers are made out of this really light salmon color, and then getting, again, that stark contrast inside the roof of adding in the red throughout here. And I think overall it just works out really well with getting a cool dynamic color for this area that I'm so excited for. Look into my teeth and nothing but my teeth, and I understand, folks, this is looking weird. This is looking very, very weird at this point in time, but I promise it is just the step 1 moving throughout this whole thing. So far, as you can see, we've got the gradient in, like we were talking about, going all the way up here, and since then I've brought in a bunch of windows to really open this area up. So you can see we've got a little bit of like the heart shapes over here. And what I want to be adding on top of this to bring a lot more depth into it, because right now it's just one thick flat walls going throughout this entire area, is a great example build that we can show off real quick is all the way over here. Funny enough, this is the build that Joel did when we decided that we were going to split up. He did this one for CPK over here, and this is kind of what I wanted to chat with you all about here real fast. As you can see, the windows are kind of working in these archways, and then it's also being brought out by another block being the pillar block right in here, and all that stuff. There's just a lot more depth to it than like the one wide box. So you can kind of assume that we have about this layer on here. So we have one that we can work with going back inwards one and add some wallpaper to the insides, and then we can bring it out even more as well. So we got a lot of depth that we can work with on this one. Did I mention depth? Because we've got it here, folks. That being said, though, I would like to spend a little bit of time not doing a time lapse because I always get a little like, oh my gosh, I have to build fast. I'm gonna just get this front face figured out here. I know he wants to have the red crystal windows. I don't think he has them anywhere over here, but the crystals that he sells inside of his shop right over there, he wants to have those as like the windows and everything like that in here. We use the same similar ones right in the purple ones right there. He wants the red version of that. One could say, folks, that I goofed. So, how we did that time lapse earlier? Well, I was messing around on the server here, just doing some stuff, and my Minecraft crashed. And I realized I never closed down my secondary Minecraft account and everything like that. And well, that thing started taking over on OBS, and everything that I recorded for the past 3 hours of bringing you all in for things that I built on here and adding things on top of it, well, it's all the Minecraft loading screen with me talking over it, doing this other thing right here. That was a very weird nighttime shot. But anyways, we've got everything here behind me. As I mentioned, I was going to stop and come and just do this front face in here. Do that sort of stuff and just let it go, do its thing. And that resulted in we have these little heart structures right up here. They're also in their own diagonal going off on these sides, which has its own giant heart window as well. And I'm kind of enjoying the no shaders on here today. It is very, very warm. And the smoke is still pretty bad up here in Seattle, so we can't really open our windows and everything like that. So I've just been kind of going with no shaders to keep things a little bit cooler in the house and everything like that, because then the computer doesn't warm up as much. But I recently added these 2 towers back here, which are looking pretty sweet. And I think what I'm going to do to keep that same white concrete pillar on top of everything is kind of bring these guys up throughout here, which is looking pretty solid. And now all we have left to do is this front courtyard area and obviously the top central hat of sorts. It's gonna be a big old wizard hat. I think I'm gonna bring it in at a slope and then curve it going upwards, so it's gonna get a nice little curve to it instead of just being like woo in this giant old like pencil shape of sorts. We're gonna go with kind of a funnel shape to it, which I think will be really cool. But without any further ado, folks, I think I've got a good idea at this point in time for how I want to be doing all of this stuff over here with everything going on at this point. So let's, for the second time, and hopefully I can record the right Minecraft window this time, go ahead and kick this off in a good old-fashioned time-lapse mode and finish this dang castle. Now for the final details of this build, starting off with the roof up here. I have fought with this thing for so many hours today, and I'm very thankful to finally say that after this time-lapse, we are finished, which is awesome. But inside of here, originally I wanted to incorporate some windows, and as I started finishing out the final copy of the design for the roof there, I realized it was going to be a little bit busy, so I decided to come here into the back where this was this open wall and add the more textures back here with these windows and all of the vines and everything around it. And then we started to tackle this front area, and I really like the look of all of the the jungle leaves that we're using there. So I originally tried adding in some hearts to the top of this one, didn't work out, and then brought in this just a fence, I guess we could call it, throughout, and then incorporated jungle leaves around here like crazy, which then incorporates into this entire area of just creating a bunch of hedges, really going off of the lore behind it. And with that, my friends, I present to you the shaderful version of the Queen of Hearts castle over here. I don't know quite yet if Joey wants to do the interior or if he wants us to do the interior. So I just left it open for now. I'll come back in here and patch it up and get a few little things filled out. But it is looking awesome. There's so much space to work with inside of these places. The tower goes crazy high into the sky. There's a lot off to this side here as well, and it's looking really good. I'm very happy with the end result of this build. As much of a headache as it was getting throughout this entire area and doing all this stuff, I think it was really, really worth it. The one thing I've noticed since finishing it, though, is it looks like we've got a little bit of like a shape in here, and then we have ears. It looks like this right here. And that little bit in the corner is like a cartoon drawing of an ear. So I was trying to go slightly heart-shaped on the center. So it was meant to be a heart with wings on the sides, and now it's a heart with ears on the side, and I can't unsee it, so I wanted to share that all with you. But I think what I might do is reach out to Joey and see if he wants to come and take a look at this build right over here. But before I forget, I'm going to do this on camera. I know earlier I said I had to buy the crystals from him. I contacted him because I bought them all and ran out, and then he said, no, you could just use those. So I took a lot of the crystals and I wanted to return them all. So there we go. All of the crystals that I had left over are back in here. Those diamonds were somebody else had put in there, so we're leaving those in there as well. As I've been alluding to over the last few episodes, folks, we're going to be starting a brand new project here in a little bit. I'm super excited about it. However, this is not a solo project at all. We very much are going to be working with somebody on this one, and I'm super excited for it. And I've been telling them for a few weeks that, like, oh yeah, I'll let you know when I'm good to go. Like, I'll let you know. Like, we'll get it started up here soon. And finally, it's actually time, because everything on my bucket list of, hey, I got to get all these things done first are finally done. What we're going to be finishing up on today's episode is I want to extend this wheat field up here that I never use and just fill in the rest of this section. I feel like it'll look nice just filling that in. We'll get some trees up here and do all that fancy stuff, and I think we're actually going to be meeting up with Joey here soon. But first and foremost, we got to jump over and drop a sign off. In this one, we got to head over onto this lovely individual's base right here, and I think if we go ahead and just do a boop, 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 and boop, that's all we got to leave here. Is Scott, I'm ready for the new project, and that he should know. He should know exactly what I'm talking about here, and we should be able to meet up with him soon and be able to get that stuff started. I'm so very excited for it. We're going to be building a game. And that's all I'm going to say so far. We're not going to reveal anything until we get our video together where we're going to be talking about that one. But the plan is to build a giant game. I haven't been over to his base in a long time. It's really cool back here. I feel like he's just slowly growing over the mountaintop. How are the zoos doing up here? The zoos? He's still working on them. That's really cool. I don't want to spoil anything in case he's got a video coming out. So just a quick little glimpse. Just a quick glimpse. Now, as mentioned, I want to come back up here and work on this for a sec. And I think if we just take our scythe, we should be able to harvest up a bunch of these and just hold it, and then it gets everything. Yeah, this should get us more than enough seeds to be able to finish this one. I basically just want to fill in the rest of the place. Just make it not look so square and boxy like we have up here. I feel like we can transform this into a pretty cool little wheat field for ourselves. Can this 3x3 hoe land? No, it can't hoe land at all. That's a bummer. But if we just do this and seeds in the offhand and go like this across the entire thing, that should work. It'll grow super slowly in here, but that's kind of all we need. And we can kind of just roughen up the edges around here. I'm not going to hydrate it because I don't plan on harvesting this stuff ever, but we can just fill this whole area here. So let me get all that stuff in, and then we'll add a few trees right along here. I think that'll be kind of cool. A few little cypress trees should be cool to make this area just feel a bit more polished. You know, we just haven't really done. Oh, no. That entity wipe was less than 10 seconds away, I think. One could say I'm a little addicted to wheat fields and making giant fields inside of Minecraft. I'm not saying it myself, but one could say that indeed. But over here, you can see this watered area on top of this upper layer here. I decided to extend ourselves all the way over here, kind of encompassing that whole thing, and then bring it, just edging it off there. I think we might come back on a stream or something here soon and fix up the rest of this mountain, so I didn't want to bring it too far down, because it's kind of the last point around this entire area that we haven't done anything to, is the outside face of this mountain. Also, what ideas do you have for what we can throw on top of that thing right over there? Because I have none. That's right, I got no ideas what we could put over there. But oh well, that's fine for now. What I do want to do, or what I want to tackle next here, is I was thinking we could do a tree right here. We could do another tree right over here. I also found out that you can bone meal these flowers and duplicate them, so I kind of covered this area a little bit more. So in one tree, We're doing 1 tree, 2 tree. I think 3 tree right back in here could look good. And then we maybe do 4th tree right over here next to all of our animals. And then we do 5th tree right back in here. And that should be pretty good. Because I feel like this area is going to get modified. And we might do a temple over there or something. We could extend the pathway out here. Move these things around, so I don't want to fill in too many trees if we're just going to take them down, but I think that might be a good way to go. The way that we can build these up is we need a bunch of leaves. You can also do this with fences here in the middle, so instead of these things, just do a fence. It looks totally fine. So in vanilla you can do 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. You bring yourself 1 2 3 and 4, and then you come up to the top here, pick this side, that side, this one, and this one. And on these ones, you want to extend it down so that we are right about here. On this case, we can't do it because the wheat's right down there. And then the other ones, all you got to do is bring those being 2 above the bottom. And you get something that looks like that. And the way to round it out a little bit further is bring in something right like in here. We can do something right like in there. Maybe we can do something right like this. And then doing the same thing right over in here. And bam, you got a tree. So we can do that a bunch. And then it should look pretty awesome up here. Going from this into this right over here. It's looking a lot better now. Just 5 trees in this area. These little simple custom trees, they take me about a minute maybe each to build when I'm really in the rhythm for it, and they just make this area look a million times better. You can see a bunch of them being dotted around the rest of our village, and that is awesome. I'm so happy with how this place has turned out. It just still looking around here, I just have so much fun flying around it, looking down, walking through the streets on everything, and it's just, it looks really, really cool. So that's looking really great so far. I'm super happy about this. As you might have noticed, I was adding a few little spruce leaves around here as well, because I felt like it was just needed a little something, you know. A lot of this was looking good, it was looking solid, but just leaving these little bare spots right in here, I feel like just adding a tiny little bit of the bush action down here is going to help it out a lot, especially around like right here or something. That can work out for us. And we'll have to get rid of these here soon, but I don't know where I'm going to store all of the sugar cane. So for now, that stays there until I decide to make a backpack and throw it all inside of it. But for now, it's okay. Oh my gosh. How did I never notice this? That's the statue. Catherine made these around everywhere, and people have been like, fWhip, you have to go look at your statue. And I never found it. Does it look like me? Does it look like me? How about now? How about now? It's got that little bit of the hair swish going on. I feel like the colors are good, pretty good. I like it. My head looks so tiny on it though. It looks so incredibly tiny. It's really funny. I dig it though. I think we're just gonna leave him down here. He can chill here, do his own thing. You know, we got a nice little statue. If we want to come and stare at ourselves or something like that, we can just be like, yeah, we're really cool. We're really, really cool. Isn't that what we can do? I think that's good. We're missing the pink backpack though. So, you know, we gotta maybe, why am I missing a block in here? I don't know. And on that note, folks, I was able to get in contact with Joey, so we're going to go ahead and show off the Queen of Hearts castle to him, which I'm super excited about. It was a big challenge for me, so I'm really hoping he enjoys on this one, but it was a fun challenge. I will admit that. It was a pretty fun one.
I'm ready for the reveal.
You ready for this? I really hope you enjoy it. This was something that I was like, this is way outside my comfort zone, but I had so much fun working on it. So
really?
Yeah, okay. I hope you enjoy it. I had Joel check it off briefly, and he said it was very Joey, so I'm happy with that one.
Oh, okay. Love that.
You ready?
Right, I'm gonna look down.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
Leave me there. I'll have the reveal. Look upward.
You just follow the road straight ahead. You will hit it.
Okay. Oh. Just like, where's the best view? Like, where should I stop?
Go right across this little pond right in front of you, and then I think
okay.
That's a good point right now. I think that's pretty good.
Oh my god, I'm scared. Okay. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow! This is so pretty. Awesome. Oh my gosh! Holy crap! Wait, I need to really just take this in before we get too close. Wow! This is stunning. Holy crap! The side, there's hearts built into the side.
Yeah, I went for the Queen of Hearts theme. I think I think we got that.
Cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know I'm not in build mode, but I want to like use my ring.
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Oh, holy crap! This looks so good.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it.
It's like it matches my aesthetic so well because it's very like just like chunky and like cute and like very my style here. So you got everything
Good.
right.
I was flying around here so much. I spent like an hour wandering around your base. I was like, how has he been building everything? It looks like he's like using full blocks everywhere. So I'm going to try and do that. So I tried to
Oh
not do
my
too many
God.
stairs and slabs and things around here too much.
I love the spires in the back. Wow. I'm loving this.
Awesome. So I know with the last one that I did for you, the little tree above your waystone area and the little hovel down there, you didn't want me to do the interior on that because you want to decorate it yourself. So I will say I've left the interior blank on this one because I didn't know if you wanted to decorate it or not. So I want to give you the option.
Thank you. Oh my God, even the door's a heart. Holy crap.
Yeah, I went all out. If I could put a heart
that.
somewhere in this, I did.
Holy crap. Is this... Alrighty, fWhip. Here is your... Oh, should I put it in here?
Yeah, but
So
might not lose it.
Okay. There's a little bit extra as a tip.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so very much.
Good. Oh my gosh.
Worth
I can't believe I
it
get to
from
look
here?
at that every time.
It's a good view walking outside the front door, I gotta say. Hopefully better than the surprise Joel unfortunately left for you up above.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I will give a glowing review at Diamond Designs.
Awesome. Well, thank you so very much for picking us. We'll always be around if you ever need any more help around here, and much more on schedule in the future. Promise on that part.
Sure.
Diamonds have been delivered over here to Diamond Designs. We've got almost 9 stacks of diamonds inside of here, so we've really got to divvy those up between Jimmy, Joel, and myself. I think Joel and I might be taking about 8 stacks of those. Maybe we do the stack of diamonds for Jimmy. How many diamonds do you think Jimmy gets for helping to organize these deals? I don't really know if he did or not. But folks, I am way out of time for this episode here. I feel weird not having my Goofy hat on. It's so different. But thank you so very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please be sure to click that like button down below. Let me know what you think Scott and I are going to be doing here in the near future. I love the straps on the backpack. I think I'm forward when you crouch down. I think that's so funny. But anyways, everybody, thanks so much for hanging out today. I hope you all did enjoy. Click that like button if you did. Subscribe if you're brand new. My friends, I will catch you on the flip side.